listening to the World Cup Game Day Sports Bar on talkSPORT, brought to you by Enterprise Rent-A-Car. Here for it. Book now, enterprise.co.uk. We've been taking your calls all night on the absolute disaster class that Thomas Tuchel put in as England manager. And it is travelled across the globe. Co-host of First Things First, which is on Fox Sports 1, TV debate show, which has been covering the World Cup as part of the Fox Sports coverage. His name's Nick Wright. He saw a few of our clips. He tweeted us earlier on, and we tried to get him on, and he has come on. And he joins us now. All right, Nick?
Righty.
Hey, I'm thrilled. I don't know if your audience wants to hear from an American today. I think they just want to fire Thomas Tuchel into the sea, which I understand. I do feel, I stumbled upon, the first clip I saw was with the fellow who's not here, right?
Rory Jennings.
I'm on with you guys. Yeah. I should say the chap, the lad, Rory, who was trying to bait you into saying Messi couldn't get minutes even off the bench for this dominant England team. Yeah. And you wouldn't take the bait. And before I did TV, I did talk radio for my whole career. I was just a talk radio guy. And I was like, oh, I get it. Rory's kind of more the flamethrower, and you're more like the measured adult in the room.
No,
and then the next clip I see was you being like, sack him! Sack him! He's got to go! He's bottled it again! And I was like, these guys are awesome. I love them. And I tweeted about it. And then today I walk into work, and I see you on my network on the show before me, on with Colin Cowherd.
That's it.
I'm like, this is meant to be. So I hope I'm making you guys smile on, I understand, another sad day in England World Cup history.
Yeah, Nick, it's great to have you on. Obviously, we've had a look, and the show's great. How has it looked? Because we've been in turmoil over it, and if you've seen more clips of the Sports Bar, me and Cundy, we're like a married couple, right? We go at it 24/7. Yeah. How has it been over there, the fallout from watching England lose to Argentina last night?
So I think in the States, it's been at least a little more about the magic of Argentina and a little less about the collapse of England and Tuchel, bottling it, as you put it. And I think that is probably fair. Argentina's done this to literally every team they've played. I don't know if you guys believe in sports gods, but I think the Argentinian players believe not that God is rooting for them, but that God wears number 10 for them, and they can't let him down. And it allows them to reach almost an existential level. My biggest worry for Argentina in the final is I do think some of the reason they've been able to pull off these comebacks is these guys don't want their journey with Messi to end. And in the final, win or lose, it's going to end. So I maybe some of that magic wears off a tiny bit. But I think in the States, it has more been, oh my God, the greatest player of all time, somehow at 39, is playing some of the best, what I would call soccer, he's ever played. And then I do think there has been a bit of, again, you guys know American sports, I'm sure, what you see in the NFL somewhat, which is prevent defense. A team gets a lead late and, plays soft coverage so the other team can't get a fast score. And it felt like England, to mix metaphors, went to a prevent defense in the third quarter up a touchdown when you're really supposed to do it in the fourth quarter up 13. And so that's where the criticism's been going. And I'm not acting like I'm some expert, but I've been doing some deep dives on this Tuchel fella who seems to be very successful everywhere he goes, yet everyone hates him by the time he's gone. And you guys are just speed running this thing. Like, you're just like, we can skip the honeymoon and get right to the hate immediately, which I admire.
Sack him!
I mean, but that's what, I don't know what the sports fans in America are like, Nick, but football fans over here are knee-jerk reaction. Everything's about the here and sport is always about the here and the now. It's the most important thing.
Yes.
What happens now? What happens next? It's not about 2 years. It's not about 3 years. It's about now. And unfortunately for Tuchel, I think most people agree that Tuchel got decisions wrong, and he paid with the ultimate price. But I just want to talk about Argentina for a second. And there's a saying in America, the Big Mo. Do you guys use the Big Mo still?
Sure, momentum,
right.
yeah.
Big momentum, right? And the Big Mo went with Argentina, in our opinion, because of Thomas Tuchel's decisions on the pitch. And that, before they got the equalising with their winner, the big mo had changed.
I think that was clearly true. And it did, again, I'm an interloper here. I have what we call in the States a gambling problem. And so because of that, I watch a lot of European soccer. So I'm probably maybe a little more in tune to the players and the English Premier League than the average American guy. But it did feel to me like, holy moly, Argentina could have scored 5 times in the last half hour. 2 hit the post. Pickford made a great play. Your guys, Jed Spence, saved a breakaway, and the 2 goals they scored. Yep. And so I think it's totally fair to say the decisions he made set up what was felt by the end inevitable. And I thought it was really fascinating when Argentina went ahead, you didn't say Argentina has the lead. You said England's out of the World Cup, even though there was 7 minutes left. And I thought that was pretty telling, that it just felt like there is no chance they are going to get a goal. They're going to come close to getting a goal. And I think that is, I think that's because of the players he had on the pitch and with the momentum of the game. Can I ask you guys a question quickly? If I were an England fan, what I think would have bothered me almost as much as the result was after the game when he said we played our best game. I think that would have enraged me. Yeah. And I think that combined with how dismissive he was about the game you guys played to get to the semifinal, in the win over Norway, when he basically was furious with the performance, and then Bellingham had to be like, essentially say, you haven't been out here, you don't know what you're talking about. I didn't love how he did seem to, while taking responsibility, cloak it a bit in. I thought we played great. I thought you guys did play great for 60 minutes and then were a shell of yourself for the last half hour.
It's enraged everyone over here. Like, we have been in uproar. We have been in uproar all day. The whole nation has been, the knives are out for Thomas Tuchel. You know, and the thing is as well, right, Nick, they got to play another game. They got a game on Saturday.
Oh, forget that.
They got a game.
The worst game in world football.
So
it's the most pointless game in world football.
He's got to do another press conference in America talking about that.
Hold on. What do you guys think of the fact that the 3rd place game counts for the Golden Boot?
Honestly. That makes it even more of a mockery of it, in my opinion. No one wants it, Nick. No one's going to watch it. I won't watch it. It's the most pointless game in world football. 3rd and 4th playoff. No one cares. The players don't care. The manager doesn't care. Honestly, it's just for FIFA. It's FIFA.
And Mbappe might, because of that game, Mbappe might walk away from this World Cup with the Golden Boot.
Or Bellingham.
Right. But for Mbappe, he also could pass Messi for the all-time World Cup goals record. So it's really weird. Yeah. Like, I don't mind that they have it, but I don't know that
that's a good point.
I'm not trying to change the rules of soccer.
No, you should.
It feels like Messi's. It's an odd thing. And Bellingham, you're right. Bellingham or Kane. If France just says screw it, one of them gets a hat trick and walks out with the Golden Boot. That's weird too. Kane seems like he's out of gas.
No one cares.
Oh, just dead on his feet.
Yeah. I've got to ask you, Nick. I've had a look through your social media. Everyone says you're cursed.
Wow, that's unfair. Listen,
what's happening now?
I referenced the gambling problem. I have a belief. So this might surprise you because Fox has the game, and some people think I'm, a major Fox personality. I don't know. I've been doing the show for 9 years. It's done okay. Doesn't matter. No big deal. But I have to buy these tickets to these games. I've got no tickets. I can't get a credential because evidently I'm not a real journalist, and I can't get a free ticket because evidently I'm not high enough the food chain. But I've had a lifelong philosophy, which is tickets to sporting events are free as long as you bet on the right team. And so I bought top of the line tickets to Brazil-Norway. And when I say top of the line, I'll text the picture to your producer after. Sitting right behind me was Arsene Wenger, Ronaldo, and Ronaldinho. I'm 2 rows in front of that box for Brazil-Norway. And I have bet on Brazil to win the tournament, to win this game. And they were minus 230 favorites in the game. So think about how much I would have to wager on the game to make the ticket free and then times it by 2.3 because of the VIG. Well, they were stone dead from the beginning. Vinny wants to take the PK. Some other idiots like, no, you don't get to take the PK. Forget the fact that every other team's best player takes the PK. He misses it. We're dead. I'm watching these Norwegian folks row, even though those are sailboats. What the hell are you doing? And I am on the saddest New Jersey transit ride back to New York City. I got a wife and 3 kids. I got a family to take care of. This game has cost me untold money. So then I go to Morocco, France. And I'm like, all right. Betting the big favorite the last time didn't work out for me. What about Morocco plus a half goal? They've been to a semi. They want revenge. I thought France was a little overvalued. Morocco's played Brazil, who I thought was good, to a draw. So I'm like, let's do that. I'm in a suite at Morocco, France. Now I see Mbappe miss the penalty. I'm like, oh yeah, the penalty gods, they're on my side now. It's going the other way. That's 2-0. We're dead on our feet. Dead. But I'm not a quitter, folks. And I saw Argentina, who's touched by God, as an underdog against England, who, no disrespect to the audience, maybe a little cursed in these tournaments. And I saw a plus 110, and I said, this is how we get it all back, boys. And this is how we pay for our ticket to the final. So that's a long way of saying I might be running a little cold, but I got my Argentina bucket hat ready. I got my seats ready for the final. Upper deck, they're pretty expensive. I got to tell you, the seats in front of Arsene Wenger can't quite swing them this time. But we're going, boys, and we're rooting for Messi, and we're letting it ride. That's the plan.
Wow. Good luck with that one.
Well, you're going to the final, right? You're going to the final.
Of course I'm going to the final. It's across the bridge from where I live.
Who you betting
I just told you, Argentina.
Oh, yeah.
But no, I'm not going to... I'm just going to bet on the team
so it's a
that
Spain
always
win
wins.
guaranteed.
Okay, that's not nice, bro. I've been very kind about your guys' 60-year World Cup drought. You can be kind about my potential financial insolvency. I told you I have a family.
That's what we do, bud.
Dear. Nick, you're an absolute star,
cheers,
mate.
Nick.
You're a star, mate.
Hang in there, bud.
If you guys see Darren Fletcher and Owen Hargreaves, tell them I love them. I thought they were stars of the tournament over in the States. We got to know them a little bit. Enjoy the rest of the tournament. Thank you so much for having me on.
Cheers,
If you guys come to New York, come to the studio. See you guys. Thank
Nick,
you.
Take care, man. Good man. Thanks for coming on up the sports bar. And if you want to listen to his show, it's What's Right with Nick Wright. And as you can tell, it's box office. Keep your calls coming in. And we'll take some more. We've got Alex Crook coming on as well after midnight. 03 717 22 33 44.